So traders, there's a bloodbath in the stock market today. This is the trigger that I've been talking about in the market today. And guess what is next? The metals and miners. Yesterday I did a video and I meant what I said yesterday. And I hope you can see from what's happening in the stock market today that this is a possibility what can actually happen in the metals and the miners. And my job here is just to try to at least warn you and protect you of what could potentially come. Because as you've seen in, say, for example, the NASDAQ, you can get a huge down day when you start to get these overextended phases. So if you did watch my yesterday's video, that was just a warning that we may get a little bit more upside, but the top is getting very, very close. But you don't want to be holding on near the top because just like the NASDAQ here can wipe out almost a month's worth of trading in one down day. And that is the risk, right? That is the risk of holding on to something when we get a lot of greed here and a lot of greed in the marketplace. So if I bring it up to this level here, to this software here, and we see what's happened with the NASDAQ today, we would know that the NASDAQ, obviously very big down day today, wiping out all of these here, as you can see. So this has now gone back to, what's that there? 24 trading days, almost a month worth of trade, almost a month of price action gone in one down day. And this is what I've been talking about here for a while. In fact, if you've seen some of my short videos, what have my short videos been saying? Stock market down, metals and miners down. And what's the one thing I said what's the one thing I've been saying that I've been getting involved with? TMF, TLT. Did you see what happened with that market today? Interesting, right? So things are starting to shift and shape up the way that I really saw happening. Now, check this out here, right? So the market's had a big down day here. And this is what I've been warning here about this, right? And you must understand that all markets go through these different phases. They go through, I call them energy phases, right? Energy phases. So if I bring up, I'll bring up this chart here, right? Every single market goes through what's called these energy phases, right? When the market is moving in a direction, it's called using energy, okay? But there comes a point in time, this is where the danger is for people that, even in the metals and miners right now, there comes a point in time where the market needs to refuel, okay? So as you can see, we've been going up really all this time since April lows. There's going to come a point in time when the market gets really tired and then we start to go through what's these pullbacks, these corrections, these what's called energy building phases. And that's what causes this market to go through these phases here. Energy using, energy building, energy using, energy building. And you can see that that's all the market does. Up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. See what I'm saying here? Like, this is how the markets work on a deepest level, on the deepest level. And so if you understand that, you are not shocked by what's happening today. So you understand that these markets go through these swings, these phases, energy using, energy building phases. We've used a lot of energy through here, so we're going to go through an energy building phase, a bit of a pullback through here. You just know it's going to come, right? So it's actually pretty, see how the market works there? It's pretty common sense. Or it's actually not common sense, but you see what I'm saying? So to see this thing start to have a bit of a correction now, it's actually not, it's not a shock to me. The thing is you just never know when the correction is going to start, but you never want to hold on to that very last tippy point. And yes, I'm talking to you guys with the metals and miners as well too, because as you can see by today, one big down day can wipe out a month's worth of action. And that's happened with the NASDAQ there. This is obviously the composite here as well too. Composite, look at this here, came all the way down. This is one down day, came all the way down to there. So, and then we have the Dow Jones as well too. So the Dow Jones, nice big down day today is on the Dow Jones, and the same for the YM, down day as well too, right? Big volume spike actually on the YM today. Let's go look at I'm pretty sure things like SPY. I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of volume today. Yeah, a lot of volume today, right? So this is signaling this is now signaling the correction that I've been talking about. Now, the reason why I'm telling you this here, guys, is because when you start to really understand these markets on a deepest level, you start to understand that there's these phases these markets are going. Markets don't just go straight up, right? They go through these phases. And every market works like this. And the reason I'm saying that is because if you see this, what's happening in the stock market, we will eventually go through a big correction, what's called an energy using phase. And because the stock market's been going up all this time without any real good significant pullback, guess what is coming? You know what's coming, right? So it's not a shock to see what's actually going on today. It's not a surprise at all. Why? We've been watching my videos for the last couple of weeks now. I've been saying two things. One, we're going to get a big correction in metals and miners. I just don't know when. And secondly, the stock market. If you watch some of my shorts have been saying, hey guys, there's a warning sign, stock market down, metal miner. See what I'm saying here? So this is where like the danger is now when it comes to people like with the metals and miners here, right? So so this is the stock market here, and I'm actually expecting this is the start of a, say, 10% correction out of the markets here. This is actually the start of a really, really nice, decent correction. And it's actually not, if you understand, once again, if I bring this up, let me bring this up to here. And I bring this up to here. If you understand what I just said there, you understand these markets go through these phases. Even through this big bullish phase through here, eventually there came a time where we went through a bit of a correction, and up and down and up and down and up. And then eventually we get to a point where we go down, 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 and we go, see what I'm saying here? So this is what markets do. So to see this correction started, you just knew it was coming. How did you know it was coming? Again, if you watched my videos for the last few weeks, you would know that I've been saying that. I just didn't know when it was going to trigger. This also, same thing applies for the metals and miners. Look at the metals here, right? This is the truth, guys. Not me fear-mongering or whatever. This is the truth. This is what markets do. Look at what the GDX has been doing here. You know what's going to come soon, right? Look at this market here. You know what's going to come soon. And you just don't know when. Is it going to be now? Looks like we're starting to get that top action now. But what I'm trying to say, if you're a shorter term trader, especially utilizing options here, you do know what's coming. It's actually very, very clear. Because every single time we go, the market, even in very big bull markets, we go through what? Big moves, and then we go through corrections, and we go through, this is just what markets do. So for me to say there's a big correction coming out of the metals and miners, I just don't know when. You do know they're next. The metals and miners, big selling period, that's next. In gold, silver, and the mining sector, what you saw in the stock market is going to happen in the metals and miners. It's coming. And we're starting to get that frothiness already in the markets here of where we're seeing here. So get ready for some strong, that's the GDX. This is the GDXJ. Get ready for some big, strong selling periods, guys. Big, strong selling periods. Why do I say that? Look how vertical this is here. There's going to be some really, really, really big selling periods through here, guys. So my only hope in what I'm saying here is this, okay? My only hope in saying this here is, I know the people that don't understand how these markets work. And what do I mean by that? Exactly what I've been saying here. When the market goes up a lot, it's energy using. It's using a lot of energy. And there's going to come a point in time when the market starts to have a pullback. What you don't want to say is this time is different. Because I'm telling you right now, the market talks to us. Okay? And there is a massive probability that just by looking at this week here, we've now formed the top. And get ready for a bloodbath to come in the metals and miners as well too. Bloodbath is coming in the metals and miners. This is the GDXJ, SIL, big resistance level there. And then when we start to look at even things like the actual gold and silver price, look at this here, right? Even from a short-term level basis of what I just said there a minute ago. Remember I said before about how these markets work? Look, market goes up for a while, energy using, then it needs to go sideways, pull back to build energy. Energy using, energy building, energy using, energy building, energy using, runs out of energy, and we either have a drop or we go sideways for 4 months. We've built energy, Energy using. What's going to come real soon? It's actually not that complicated, right? You know what's going to come soon. We go through these energy using, energy building. So what's going to come soon? Probably this. Why? Because we've actually had a very strong move, the strongest move out of gold in the last month that we've seen ever. So you do know that's also using energy, and that it's going to run out of energy soon, and we're going to get a pullback. It's going to get dropped. It's coming. It's baked in the cake. Right? So if you guys are saying no, gold's not going to do that, it's like, come on now. And then when you look at silver, right? So for you guys that saying silver's like, what? How are you getting your point? How are you, like, I'm showing you the truth, not my thinking. This is how markets work. And there's going to be a face ripper drop that's going to come out of these metals, and it's coming. And I'm trying to give you the warning sign. I gave you the warning sign about the stock market and the metals and miners, and the stock market has hit. I'm trying to show you the example of what happened in the stock market can happen in the metals and miners. And what do I mean by that? That simply means that one down day can literally wipe out a month's worth of action here. This is where you guys that are, my only job here as a coach is, if you are leveraged long right now, or you think it's going to the moon and all that sort of stuff because your FOMO is kicking in. Now, I know a lot of you guys that are long right now and you don't want to hear what I'm saying right now. I'm trying to show you the truth about these markets, not me. It's not my thoughts, not my opinion. It's what these markets do, right? And after a period of market doing vertical moves for a while, guess what starts to come? Big selling periods. Why? Because that's what market do. That's why the worst time to get involved with something is when, like right now, with gold and silver. Oh no, John, that's never going to happen. Like just watch it happen, right? Just watch it happen. I've been giving warning signs about the last month about the metals, miners, and the stock market. The stock market's already cracking. And this is one thing, is like my whole warning signs for the last month on all these markets has been, guys, you never want to be holding on too long, because when it does drop, it can drop and rip your face off and take off like the Nasdaq here. One down day can wipe out a whole month. And this is the same thing for that there. So my whole thing, guys, is that I'm just trying to protect you. And especially if you're now starting to leverage up long term, you start to leverage up big risk on your account using options and SLV and all this sort of stuff. You know there's going to be a big drop soon coming, right? It's baked in the cake. I just don't know the exact day or when that's going to come. I didn't know today was going to be the stock market. But when you start to see these warning signs, guess what? You start to say, you know what? I need to be out of this. Because guess what? By the time you say there's more upside, it's already too late. And I've been saying for the last month, I don't know when, but the last month I've been saying, guys, get ready for it. It's coming. I don't know when, but it's coming. And it's going to come. So there's a massive probability we're going to start to see some face ripper drops. And for you guys that are trading metals and miners right now, get your ego out of your ass. Right now, for you guys that are trading, investors, if you got a long-term investor, you see what's happening over the next 5-10 years of the Great Reset and so on and so forth. That's not for you guys. You guys are long-term buy and hold of this stuff. But for you guys that are trading the markets, you're looking at options, you're looking at leverage futures positions and so on and so forth, we're going to get a face ripper drop soon. And it's going to drop so hard on your face, especially silver, that you're gonna not sure what's going on. Like, why is this going on? Why is this happening for? I'm trying to give you warning signs that it's coming. And it has nothing to do with anything else but what these markets do. And when the markets go vertical like they have right now, in all these markets, look at this here. Look at that. This is called bubble territory. And bubbles crash. They big crash. Big crash. And so that's what's coming for you soon. Again, my whole thing about me getting passionate about this over here, guys, is because my job is to just to show you what's coming and to give you evidence of what these markets do, so you can just get prepared for it. So when it does happen, you're not freaking out, right? That's the reason why I was talking with my 1% club today. If you'd like to get more information about that, that's second in the description. Go to getjohnshelp.com. There's actually a link, and then there's actually a bit more details about that, and then you can actually book a call to join my 1 year, 12-month coaching club where you're with me every single day. But I was talking about them with them today, and I'm like this is just so you start to get a good guide about what's going on here. So that's what I'm talking about here. So bloodbath in the markets, and this is the stock market right now. The next month are going to be bloodbaths. It's gonna be bloodbaths. We're starting to already get the top action in the mining sector as well too. Like look at this topping action. It's starting to roll over. A lot more selling is to come. Gold and silver as well too. A lot more selling to come. And yes, I do truly believe, like what I said yesterday, the top is in when it comes to gold and metals. And the video I did yesterday, I truly do believe that. And we're likely to see a really big drop to come out of this level here because of everything we talked about here. Okay. So what you want to be doing, guys, is this. Okay. You want to trade the markets in a way where what happens most of the time, that's how you trade the markets. You don't trade the markets because of, something else. And I hope you can see here, this is the reason why I do so well as a trader. Now, by the way, guys, if you think I'm full of shit, go to getjohntop.com right now. I showed you my equity curve for the last year. Go check it out. I show you my equity curve, me as an actual trader. I'm not just lucky. Now, for you guys that talk shit about me, please show me your equity curve. Show me your equity curve for the entire year. In fact, I can show you my equity curve for the last 2 years, this year and last year. I can show you more. You see what I'm saying here? So I'm just showing you how do you be a long-term successful trader in these markets? And that's what's happening through there, big drop through there. But what is the one market I've been if you've been following me now for the last few weeks, what's the one market that I've been saying I'm getting involved with, or I've already got involved with? The bond market, right? The bond market. TMF. Did you see what happened with TMF today? Nice big pop in TMF. Why? We're starting to get the change of the tune. Everything's starting to change now. While you guys are holding on to the very last moment of the metals and miners and the stock market, and you're going to get your face ripped off like what happened in the stock market today. And I promise you, people that have had call options for the last month are getting destroyed right now. And that's exactly what's going to happen to you. If you have call options or you have leveraged positions in the metals and miners, it's coming. Don't say I didn't warn you. But what have I been doing with my money? One, I got out for a really nice profit. And secondly, where am I now? I'm now loading up on TMF. Now, not 100% of my account, guys. Let's be smart here, right? But I've got a nice position now on TMF, and it's already up right now. I got him back here. You guys know that, right? I talked about this before. I've been saying bond market rally, bond market rally, bond market rally, bond market's rally. I did shorts about this. I've been saying this on the stock market, bond market rally. So as everything starts to come down, and all you guys are going to get your face ripped off by trying to leverage long and try to capture this bubble of a world bubble, it's screaming at you as a bubble, guys. It's screaming at you right now. Please listen to me. Throw your ego. Get your ego out of your ass. I'm talking to the people right now that say, no, gold's going to 5,000. No, silver's going to 75, 80, 100. Get your head out of your ass. Do you actually want to do well out of trading? Listen to this guy. Me. I've been doing it for 20 years. I've done so many bullshit things. I'm trying to share with you exactly what you need to do and what to focus on to have long-term success. How do you be here 10 years from now to do really well? It's not about you being lucky, right? There's things that actually work here. And so that's the reason why my 1% group is my 1% group, by the way, right? And I'm so passionate about this here because I'm trying to show you guys, some of you guys have so much ego up your ass about this market, having all this sort of stuff. And the stock market is a really good example of what one big down day can happen in the markets, and that's coming in the metals and miners. If you guys that are leveraged long, once again, you're going to get your face ripped off, because the next couple of months are going to be there's a bloodbaths coming in all these markets, and that's the reason why now I've been taking big positions in TMF, and TMF is already now up 4 or 5% since I got into it. Big move from there, and I believe the bond market is just getting started, because as this is getting started, we're starting to see the rates now starting to change. Coming down, right? And so this whole thing that I'm trying to, and my job here, guys, is what? I'm very confident about what's coming. I just don't know when. And some of you guys are trying to play the when game. What I mean by that is that I was very confident we're going to get some really strong selling out of the stock market. I just didn't know when. My whole purpose of these videos for the last month or so is to say, guys, this is what's coming. It's coming. I don't know when, but it's coming. Don't be in it when it happens. Oh, John, you're an idiot. And look what happened to the stock market today, right? Even though all these bullishness and blah, 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 that's coming from the metals miners. And that's what I'm seeing through there right now. And once again, my TMF trade, that's the reason why I'm long TMF. I've been very big on TMF. And my whole job here, I'm trying to show you, what I'm trying to share with you guys is principles of how these markets truly work This is the reality of these markets. And this is how you can start to use this to sometimes, when it comes to trading the markets, there is two sides of the coin here. And again, I was talking about with my 1% coaching club group because I'm with them every day. Man, they're doing so good. Like, oh my goodness, my 1% club, like I just had a guy, someone, one of my coaching clubs, he's made 100% return on his entire account this year, his entire big account. Anyway, it's just, oh my goodness, the testimonies I've been getting. Guys, I'm telling you right now, if you need some help, go check out getjohnshelp.com. That's my 1% coaching club group. And I may be able to help you. I'm telling you right now, if you're really struggling with the fear, the FOMO, the greed, and all that sort of stuff, then and you want to spend one year with me getting you sorted, then go to Get There. There's a bit more information about the 1% club, testimonials, and then there's a time where you can actually talk. There's a booking form to actually speak with me personally as well too. So make sure you go do that, guys. If you really want 2026 to be the best year for you, I promise you, I will set you straight. Give me 6 months with me. In fact, give me 3 months with me, and I promise you, you will learn more. You will learn more about these markets and trading successfully and becoming a pro in these markets in 3 months than you have in the last 3 years. I promise you that. So right now we're starting to get this. We're starting to get the bond market starting to rise through here. Okay, and we're starting to get this movement to the upside here, and everything is starting to shift big time here now. I've been writing a book and I want to share this with you here. All right, here is chapter number 2, and I want to read this out to you. This part of this book here, because this really is about. I've been studying people like Jesse Livermore and some of the really successful traders, and I've been writing a book about it. This is the book I'm going to give to my 1% group. But look at this here. This is chapter number 2, is the whisper of greed. This is so evident of what's happening right now. So check this out. Let me read this to you here. Okay. Human nature repeats. Greed always whispers. Just a little more. The oldest voice in the markets. Soft enough to sound harmless, convincing enough to destroy fortune. And this here right now, what is that? That's what's happening in the markets right now, right? It's about just a little bit more, just a little bit more, a little bit more. It's going to the moon. I've heard it in every bull run, in every parabolic climb, where traders mistake momentum for immorality. It begins as confidence, then turns into conviction, and finally becomes obsession. You tell yourself you'll sell after the next rally, after the next spike, after one more confirmation. But the market doesn't honor your desires, it mirrors your weaknesses. The moment you start believing you're owed more, that's when the market begins to take it back. Greed doesn't announce itself with horns, it slips in quietly, dressed as opportunities. The crowd always wants more, right? This is where, like, for you guys that saw me, being a successful trader for me is getting in, and then when I start to see some warning signs, that's when I get out. That's what I do in my SIL and SLV trade. Now, I didn't know when the top's going to be in, but that's not the case there, right? Look at this here. Continue on with this here. They chase the same illusion every generation. They chase the same illusion every generation, thinking that this is a different thinking this time is different. That technology, news, algorithms have changed, but nothing changes because human nature doesn't evolve with innovation. The same fear that froze traders as centuries ago still freezes them now. And the same greed that drives them to ruin still beats in modern hearts. The ticker may look different. The charts may look more complex, but the psychological remains identical. The psychology remains identical. That's why history keeps repeating itself in the markets. Every bubble is born from the same emotion. And for you guys that are smart traders, for you guys that really are smart, you know exactly what I'm talking about right now, right? What's happening with the stock market today? Big down day. Why? The same thing that's happening in the metals and miners, right? It's actually the same thing. Every crash from the same denial. I've seen traders ignore their own targets, their own rules, because greed told them the move wasn't over. Am I talking to you guys, metals miners? They watch profits turn to dust and they blame the market. I know exactly. That's what you guys are going to do, right? Come back in a month's time frame. You're going to be like, oh, bloody Trump, whatever. No, don't blame Trump. That's you. But the market didn't betray them. Their own mind did. The professional trader knows that the whisper of just a little more is the sound of the top. It's the same whisper that destroys kings and humbles geniuses. When you start thinking in terms of little more, you've already stepped away from discipline into danger. You've lost objectivity, and the market punishes that loss with mercy, or without mercy. To conquer greed, you must learn to leave before the crowd does. You must be willing to take enough, not everything. And this is what's happening right now, right? People saw me with my metals and miners trade, my SIO and SLV trade, and they're like, "Oh, you got out too early, John." No, you do realize how much money I made on that trade, right? I made a lot of money. Put it this way: the amount of money I made on my SIO and SLV trade, I made more money than probably you make an entire year on that trade. I'm not talking about just a little bit of money here, by the way. I know you guys are trading with small trading accounts, or some of you guys anyway, but that's the reason why I walked away, because it was enough. Not everything. You must be content to walk away while others are still cheering. That's the paradox of trading. The greatest profits come to those who know when to stop wanting more. Every successful exit requires strength to silence that whisper, to trade against your own impulses. The market's greatest enemy is not volatility. It's the trader's inability to control his desires. This is going to the moon. Oh my goodness. The greed, right? What is this whole thing here? The whispers of the greed, right? That's what this whole thing is all about here. Right? Desires. The art of trading is not about predicting price. It's about predicting yourself. When greed whispers, you listen not to obey, but to recognize the signal of danger. That whisper has ended more careers than crashes ever could. It tells you to hold longer, to double down, to defy logic over emotions. Oh my goodness, have I heard that lately? And every time it ends the same way, with the same painful lessons. The ones who last in the business are those who want the ones who last in this business are not those who want the most, but those who know when enough is victory. And that's what I'm saying here. Right? And let me read this one here again. It tells you to hold on longer, to double down, to defy logic. And every time it ends the same way, with the same painful losses. You know what's happening right now in the stock market, right? For the people that have been buying call options on the stock market right now for the last month, one down day and your face is getting ripped off. That's what's happening right now. So there we go, traders. Bloodbath in the markets. The stock market's happening right now. And I'm telling you right now, this is what can happen in the metals and miners. And if you guys are leveraged long in the metals, gold, silver, and the mining sector, the market is screaming at you that there could be some really big selling coming, and your whole job is just to be smart, not be greedy. You want to be here for a long time, not be lucky on one trade. So traders, before you leave today, I want to give you an invite to apply for my John's Inner Circle coaching program. This is my top level coaching program, and this is for only serious people only. This group right now currently is only around 15 people, so it's only a real small group because I'm with you every single week in that small group. This whole group here, this John's Inner Circle, is about giving you exactly what you need to know on how to identify a really good high quality setup, trade management techniques, how I scan the markets, and so much more. Plus also every single week I'm doing live coaching sessions that help you with every single area that goes into becoming a good trader, and so much more. So this is only for serious people only. This is my top level coaching program. It's only a real small group. But if you're at the point right now where you are absolutely serious about becoming disciplined and you really want to make commitment to becoming a good trader, then my inner circle may be a good fit for you. If you go to getjohnshelp.com, that's an application form. Go fill that out right now, and you and I will have a good chat on the phone, and I'll see where you're at, and you'll be able to see more about the actual coaching program. And if we're a good fit, then maybe we can move together from there. But if you're real serious about this and you really want to take this to a whole brand new level, and you want to be more than 95% of traders lose money in the markets, and if you finally want to start to crack into the top 5% and even the top 1%, then this may be a good fit for you. So go to getjohnshelp.com right now. Apply for that. It's only for the first 10 people only. And I look forward to speaking to you on the phone real soon.